the misconceptions that people have about growing a law practice to this level? Okay, so forget misconception. What are the conceptions you have? What do you think about somebody running a practice? How do they do it? Like, for example, you said they must be connected to a family with a lot of influence and power. That's why they're doing it, right? So what do you think about such a practice? Why have they reached this place that they are earning 2 lakh rupees per month, which is so unimaginable for some of you, so difficult to reach for some of you? Okay, if you're thinking that, oh, it is because somebody has a degree or somebody has great public speaking skills, somebody saying moot courts, okay, it will not help to earn 2 lakh rupees per month because you have done moot courts. Okay, sure, they might need the in-depth knowledge. It may help that they have good public speaking skill. Everything helps, but it's not just that. So what is it? And definitely you don't have to be only connected with some family to do this, right? How to get past this misconception? So let's try to get past some of these misconceptions, right? One thing I want you to consider is that, first of all, most people are thinking of their practice. People who get trapped in a low income, okay, it is because they are looking at their practice as a way to make ends meet. Like, beyond that, they cannot think. All their planning, all their thinking, all their thought process, all they can think in a day is that how am I going to meet my costs? Okay, so let's say you have a cost because you have a family, you have to spend 50,000 rupees per month. So you are thinking that I am running an independent practice, how can I earn 50,000 rupees? Then you are caught in that survival cycle of survival, when you are just trying to get that 50,000 rupees somehow. Sometimes you make 60, sometimes you make 40. When you make 40, you are completely panicking. When you are making 60, you are very happy. Oh, this month I saved 10,000 rupees. But this is not how you can actually think of building a practice. Building a practice is building a business at the end of the day. Sooner you start thinking of it as a business and not as a way to pay for your basic needs, the better, right? You realize that, oh, this is a machine, this is a business. I need to feed the business, I need to grow the business. The business has its own life, right? The business is an entity of its own, right? It is not there only to meet my needs, but it has to grow as an organization, as an entity. And if you can grow it, obviously you will get more money from there. But you start thinking of the practice as a thing, as an entity, okay? And the sooner you do this, the better, because a lot of people are never able to do it. And if you don't do it, it is very hard to go past that minimum survival money, okay? So this is a mindset of meeting the ends prevent you from thinking in the right direction. So one thing you have to realize is this, okay? So I am asking you to think. There are multiple questions to answer. Once you decide that I want to earn 2 lakh rupees per month, not because I need this money for XYZ requirements, but because this is my target. Like, this is what I want. This is a game. Like, I want to earn 2 lakh rupees. This is my target. Now, then you start thinking backwards from there, that how do I earn 2 lakhs? What do I have to do to earn 2 lakhs? What does a business or how does a law practice that is earning 2 lakhs look like? How can I replicate it? How can I build it? So now this is the first breakthrough you will have if you are going to be on the way to earning a larger sum of money. 2 lakh rupees is just a number. If you can do 2, you can do 3, you can do 4, you can do 10. Because it's only a matter of time. Once you realize how to grow your law practice, you can keep growing it. But what kind of work would you have to do? This is when you start thinking of it like this. Okay, I have to do 2 lakhs. Now let me calculate backwards how to do this. Oh, how many? Then you think, okay, what kind of work should I do? Okay, should I take any matter that comes, or should I target a certain kind of matters? Is there an ideal client for me, that this is the client who gives me the most profitable work, takes least amount of time, or at the same time the ticket size is high, and it is a recurring thing, and these clients are very happy with my work, they refer more clients, and there would always be certain kind of work and certain kind of client that is a drain on you, that is not profitable, that does not work for you, you're not happy, you're not able to do a good job at it, and you are, by accepting that, you are actually reducing your chances of growing that work, right? So what kind of work would you have to do to be a 2 lakh per business, 2 lakh per month business? Maybe you will simply exclude some of the things that you don't like to do. You realize that, okay, I can do just this 1 or 2 or 3 things repeatedly and I can earn this much. So then you are not worried about doing everything else. You might even remove. So, one person I was speaking to for preparing for this webinar, I went and spoke to several people who earn 2 lakh rupees per month. And one person said, I realized that it is not about this practice area or that practice area. It is about me, about getting a certain kind of clients, and it is an industry, and if I get that client, they will give me all their work. So all I have to do is this, that I have to go and solve a problem for that client, and then the client will come to me with more problems. Now that's so clear, right? What kind of work, what is your work, what do you do for your clients? That clarity is very important. How much would you have to charge a client? So there are all sorts of clients. Many clients will come to you who cannot, maybe you decide that, I am going to draft agreements. Each agreement I will charge 30,000 rupees for drafting this agreement. Okay. Now, if you are charging, somebody will come to you, will say, I cannot afford 30,000, I can only afford 10,000. Should you take that matter? Should you negotiate to make it from 10 to 20? Should you accept it? Most lawyers have no strategy around this, and they will just accept, or they will do something on the spot without a clear strategy. And this can really affect them later, how many clients do you need? So how do you plan for it? So it's imagine that we are at LawSikho, we are offering a course, right? So we have to plan everything, that, okay, if there are 20 students, this is how we will deliver the work. How to get 20 students, what do we have to do? Do we have to market it? Do we have to run advertisements? Do we have to go and talk to people? Can I go and talk to a college? What exactly? There are thousands of ways to get 20 students, but what will I do? What works for me? What would cost what? How much time it will take? There's a bunch of things to consider. So that is another thing. What is my USP? So my USP can be that there is a very high client satisfaction. My USP can be that I am accepting deferred payment. I don't know, whatever. So there can be different ways in which I do it. But I am not trying to answer these questions. I am trying to plant these questions in your mind and trying to direct you in that direction, that when you are trying to plan a 2 lakh rupees per month kind of law practice, then these are some of the fundamental questions you will deal with. And these are not all the questions. This is just to get you started thinking in that direction. Getting there, if you want to earn 2 lakh per month, what do you have to overcome before getting there? Okay. So these are some of the milestones you have to go past. When you start a young practitioner, initial days, the biggest uncertainty and the biggest experience of running a law practice, okay? If some of you are running a law practice as a young law practice, you probably experience this, that you don't know where the next work is coming from. Where will the next client come from? I have no clue. Hoping it will come from somewhere, some friend will refer, someone will come, call, something will happen, right? Never knowing where the next work is coming from. This is one thing that you have to change.